from, I think, 2022. Minions: The Rise of Gru, the second prequel of the Minion saga. And I want to do this one, and then I have to do Despicable Me 4 sometime. Ba 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 ba. This movie's funny, man. And there they are. I know, they're gonna rule 2026 with the Mario movie. This one takes place in the 70s. I wasn't alive yet, but yep, there were black people in the 70s. That's accurate. There was integration by the 60s, so. These movies are funny, man. They crack me up. Yeah, baby. There's another one coming out next year, Minions 3. I just want to see them make me laugh. That's it. I don't care about a plot. I just want them to do stupid thing. This one was really good. He's black and has an afro. Bell bottom. Get it? Stronghold. Also, rest in peace to Kari Haruyuki Tagawa. Yes, the original Shang Tsung passed away. I'm gonna miss him a lot. So I won't be doing Jean-Claude. Get it? Also, Alan Arkin. Rest in peace, man. Miss you too. This was his last movie. Because now I'll have to wait till next year to do Mortal Kombat. So at least I did Tekken. Dragons. These movies are just funny, you know? They're great for kids and adults can laugh too. I think this was supposed to come out in 2021, but it got delayed. Actually 2020, but it got delayed 2 years because that stupid variant. Yeah. I really miss Alan Arkin. At least Sarah and Cloris Leachman, their last animated movies did well, so. This movie's amazing. The animation still looks great. Illumination does really good animation for most of their films. I'm not really crazy about the Sing movies, but that's only because they're too long. They're not 90 minutes, they're like an hour and 50. I'm like, a little pretentious, maybe? Yeah. You're not Zootopia. You're not going to make as much money as them. The second movie's made over $500 million in less than a week. That is saying a lot, because Disney was struggling this year, and in one weekend in Thanksgiving, they conquered the box office in China. Again, because China's saving them. Because China couldn't save them in 2020. All movies were suffering because of that. China was the first country to close during the pandemic. The theaters closed in 2020. And these villains are so much better than Sandra Bullock in the last movie in Minions. Mainly because I like these actors. I love Alan Arkin. I miss him. I like Jean-Claude Van Damme, even though he doesn't say much. You have Taraji P. Henson as Bell Bottom. It's cool. Do you need a deep plot for these movies? No. This is for kids. And the minions like to do stupid things. It's funny, like the Three Stooges. This opening has nothing to do with the minions, but it's setting up the villains in this movie. I still think El Macho's the best villain because, the fact that they had to recast him and he left an impression on me and he's not boring. Poor Alan Arkin. Of course not. Van Damme hadn't done an animated movie since Kung Fu Panda 2. Well, he has more to do here. Minions, The Rise of Gru. These minions crack me up, man. There's Gru as a little boy. Yeah. It starts like a Bond movie. Bang, bang. These little guys. Yeah, it starts like a Bond movie. Russell Brand. Oh. That's why I'm doing this now. Poochie! Julie Andrews, she has a cameo here. Alan Arkin. I miss you, sir. So much. That's cool. It looks like Gru, but this is when Gru had hair. Because he's a little kid here. He's not a man yet. Only the Minions movies don't have, Margot, Edith, and Agnes because they weren't born yet. And also Kristen Wiig's not here. And I prefer this animation than Disney's recent stuff, mainly because it looks cuter and it's more kid-friendly. There's none of this gay stuff. You don't need it. You don't need it. You're preaching to kids about gay homosexuality when they're going to find out when they're older. You don't tell kids when they're under 5 what gay is. You don't need to know. I don't care. You're so cute. You gotta teach kids right and wrong, and I'm sorry, but that's the wrong way. Especially when they're too young. I love those little yellow corn pops. They crack me up, man. Yes, they dress in drag. It's a joke, people. You ever heard of jokes? They crack me up, man. As long as there's Jaws, and I just did a podcast for that in October, the first one. That's how long the lines were in the 70s. This show is sold out. Of course it is. Get it? Because it's a Universal movie. He throws a bomb in there. I never seen Jaws on the big screen. And the people leave. Watch. Yeah, it's childish, but it's funny, man. He's wearing a gas mask. That's what people were doing in the theater. Gru, you're cheating. I remember going to the arcade when I was a kid. I never cheated though. Bello, 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 bello. Oh, they crack me up, man. They're just so cute. An ice cream parlor. A cheese ray. Hmm. Drew wants to get things the easy way. So delicious. He just milks it, man. Steve Carell, he commits. Even when he has to play a kid version of Gru, he can do it. Vicious Six. It's like the Sinister Six. You saw it's an 8-track tape. Yeah. My dad, I think, used to have those in the 70s. I never played those because, again, I was an 80s kid. I'll say this, at least Taraji P. Henson is not too cartoonish here. Because she was good in Ralph Breaks the Internet. You're no good. Because nowadays movies have to be color coded. Like someone black has to play a black character. Not necessarily. The Rock played a white astronaut in that animated movie from the 2000s. What was it called? Not District Planet 51. Yeah, he was a white character, and yet nobody complained about that. It's just animation, guys. It doesn't have to be color coded. Just get people that can actually act, that can voice act. Stop casting Chris Pratt. He's not a voice actor, and I can't stand him now. I'm still seeing Mario, but not because of him, because of the characters. I love those characters. Oh, I forgot to wear my suit. Hold on, now. Ooh, black. Yeah, Julie Andrews can still act, man. I gotta put my suit on. Not my hat. I'll just put my suit on. Gotta put my suit on because it's Christmas tradition, you know. I have some red pants on, so that's good enough. It's too hot to wear a hat. It's like 19 degrees outside, so they have to blast the heat all day, and I get it. It's a fun movie. I like this better than the first Minions movie, only because the Minions have Gru here, so they have someone to talk to. It's not just them doing. Yeah, they don't look like eggs. They look like corn pop. He's still shaking. I wish I got movies like this when I was a kid. He's a kid here, so. I know, Kevin. I know. I think that's Kevin. Mayonnaise got over. You know what didn't? Elio's, because nobody was speaking at a Comic Con. Nobody cared about Elio. That's a Disney movie I disregard. It's so forgettable. All the Despicable Me movies are way more memorable. At least I remember a villain or something, or Kristen Wiig's gorgeous voice. BT Boss, BT Boss. They crack me up, man. They're funny. If they, yeah, because the first Despicable Me came out in 2010, so that was 15 years ago. I wasn't a kid back then. My sister was a teenager when it came out. He's so cute. No, the weather's been a nightmare. Last night it felt like it was 12 degrees outside. Scusa. They haven't done any female minions. VNC. Chinese New Year, that's coming up soon. This year was the year of the snake, and yeah, it was pretty cold. So I think the next one is what is it, like not tiger? I forgot what it was. Yeah, I can dig it. Yes, they said that. They said that in the movie The Warriors. I know it bothers you, Josh. I get it. It's about gang violence. I get it. But as a New Yorker that went through this, well, not gang violence, but I've seen gangs. I relate to it because the location. There are a bunch of guy gangs because there's no girls in the gang, in and fighting in New York City, in Coney Island, New York's Brooklyn, New York City. So I relate to it. Not the violence, just that the location. And I like the story. I do like the story of the Warriors. I know it's a very divisive movie. Some people say it's racist and all that. I'm like, guys, it was made in the 70s by Walter Hill. I think it's one of his best films, technically, on a technical aspect with the actors and all that. I thought it was really good. I watched it last year in Coney Island, the actual place they filmed it in. It was very meta. They're not heroes, they're villains. He's so cute, man. Interview. Yopa. They're so cute, man. I love those little yellow pops. One or two eyes, it doesn't matter. They're funny, man. This is a retcon, but I don't care because at the end of the first Minions, they met him, Gru, and he flew away. But it's one sequence. There's so many of them. How do the Minions procreate? I don't know because he didn't make them. Hmm. Kevin, yeah. These animators are French. That's why they put all these languages in one. Hide and seek, get it? Yeah. The Minions can't stay out. It is their franchise. Again, I don't care about stickers. Leave me alone. Criminal records. A record store. Those barely exist anymore. Because people get vinyl records at Target or on Amazon. Not me, because I don't have a record player. I get DVDs and CDs and Blu-rays. The Blob? There's Russell Brand, yeah. I'm so glad he doesn't act anymore. Yeah, you're drunk. That's Dr. Nefario. But the Minions are not Nickelodeon characters. Why do they have green? Linda Ronstadt's You're No Good. Get it? She's still alive, too. This is how you listen to music back in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. You went into a booth and you would listen to the music. Now you can listen to things on your phone. The Doctor? Yeah, you're drunk, Russell Brand. Go home. That voice doesn't fit that face for some reason. He looks like Bill Pullman in the 90s. I'm like, why does he talk like this? I'm like, yeah, that makes no sense. Again, Universal, just like Disney, are obsessed with accents. Gru has an accent, but the thing is, he's a fictional character, and also he doesn't look like anybody. He's not like Russian or something. He has like an Eastern European accent or something like that. It's undistinguishable. But with him, you could tell he's British. Because like, I'll talk like this for the whole movie. I'm like, oh god. I'm glad it's just a cameo. Because Russell Brand's not important to the plot. There's just Easter eggs if you've seen the first three movies. Because, you have Gru's mom, you have Nefario, you have the Minions. He's so cute. That little, he looks like the penguin. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he looks like Oswald Cobblepot as a kid. Why does he have a blade? Vicious Six. Yeah, the animation still looks stunning, even after a few years. It's gonna age really well. All these movies, all six of them. Yes, six. The four Despicable Me movies and the two Minion movies. And there's a seventh movie coming out. This is why Illumination makes money. I don't think they've had a flop. They haven't had a flop in a. I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. He's a little boy. Yeah. Have you seen The Omen? Have you seen The Good Son? Have you seen any movie with these possessed kids, like Village of the Damned or something like that? Yeah, kids can be, or Children of the Corn. Yeah, in a lot of horror movies, Kids could be disgusting and scary. You don't suck your thumb when you're 10. He's so cute, man. This was after Ralph breaks the internet. I love animation. It could be dynamic. It doesn't have to just be for kids. Look at Invincible. It's not for kids. It's extremely violent, but it's not for kids. Because Illumination, most of their movies make a lot of money. DreamWorks and Disney has had a lot of flops. Because again, they think that money is the only thing that matters. No, make something good for kids. Stop, stop. Phoning it in, Disney. I mean, with Inside Out 2, that was good, but that was a fluke. Let's face it. Pixar made a good sequel. Let me lie down. We're about 26 minutes in, and this movie's only an hour and 28 minutes. It's pretty short. It's shorter than all the Jaws sequels. Walking? Yeah, I don't know what walking is. That was at a time that even rap didn't exist yet. In the 70s? No. Yeah, little boy. He's 10. I was 10 30 years ago. I did see this in theaters, but not when it first came out. I saw it when they re-released it, and I laughed out loud. Potato! It's like a it's got metal hands. That's funny. A nun with nunchucks. They're supposed to be non-violent. Get it? Yep, she's dead. That should have killed her. Yep, rocket power, rocket fuel. That's awesome. Ah! These movies make me feel like a kid again. You got a pet rock. Let's go. Let's go. This movie is way better than Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I haven't seen it. Yep, there's a duck. That's a reference to the second movie, remember? Even though this is a prequel, but again, prequels are predecessors to the original. A pet rock. That's a stupid gift. It's a rock. I love you. You gave a kid a precious medallion and you got a pet rock, you stupid child, you. Prodissimo, no. See? Well, they are the minions. Make it in love. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. Yeah, it's funny, man. He's mad because he traded. The music is good in the movie, yeah, because in Illumination likes to put old songs in their movies. Even in Mario, yes, they put old songs. The minions are the cutest character. Yeah, they're adorable. They crack me up. All the movies they make me laugh out loud. I laugh harder than the kids sometimes. At least Gru has ambitions. Poor Gru. They kidnapped a child in a kids movie. Alan Arkin. Pet Rock with. See, Steve Carell commits, man. Again, there were no cells in 1976. There were no cell phones or wireless phones in the 70s. I know that because I've seen a lot of '70s films, and they all have pay phones and wired phones. You people are so lucky today that you could take a cell phone and talk as loud as you can in the streets because you couldn't do that 30 years ago, or 40 years ago, or 50 years ago. A bunch of phone drones. I use this phone for good reasons. At least when I'm talking, people can hear me, and I'm not yelling outside. Yeah, because that's obnoxious when people are speaking on a phone as loud as they can in another language. It just pisses me off. I'm like, you could do that at home. Why are you doing that in the street? We know Gru's not gonna die because La Stona, La Stona, kiss. We're 36 minutes in. Let's go. That's the kid, yeah. That was in Spider-Man: Homecoming, yeah. La Stona. Mm-hmm. He has the stone. Who's that? Blade? La Stona. Yeah, cute. That's a tricycle. Twinkies. Twinkies, yeah, they do look. He looks like a Twinkie. The other ones look like corn pops. San Francisco, yeah. San Francisco. They have cool gadgets. A tank. International airport. That's candy. They dress up like they dress up like flight attendants. Fly like an eagle. Wait, so Fly Like an Eagle was in the 70s? These movies are funny. You gave him one peanut. you cheap, you cheap flight attendant minion. No, babies can't eat peanuts. This funny, man. They just kill me. That's in space, not an airplane. This movie's funny, man. Pierre Coffin, man. He does all the minion voices, and he cracks me up, man. You're not supposed to sleep. The Blue Damn You Waltz, man. It's a classic. He's funny, man. San Francisco. I haven't been on a plane in 14 years. He lost his clothes. At least they didn't crash the plane. That would have been mean spirited. And the minions are not mean spirited. They're only harmful in the second movie when they're purple minions. You know, bah! Yeah, they flew all the way to San Francisco in like 5 minutes. hmm Get it? That's a 70s disco song. Jeez. Poor Gru. Are you saying Stona or Stoner? Was that Evil Knievel? That was incredible. Death Valley. Next gas station 300 miles. This third act is crazy, man. Yeah, they show their butts a lot again because it's a PG movie. They're like the Three Stooges, man, but yellow. Damn. Stuart. Camouflage. Yeah. Oh no. Hello, John. Nice watching Rise of Gru, and I love the Rise of Gru. It's a funny movie. It cracked me up when I first saw this. They're rolling down the hill. Chinatown, yeah. They have to show China because again, movies kill in China when they represent them. Happy New Year, yeah. Again, their Chinese New Year is either in January or February. It depends. Chow acupuncture. There's Michelle Yeoh, man. What a legend. She was actually born in Malaysia, not China, but it's close enough. She's Asian. She's not British. Oh, poor minions. Should have said that. Again, we've seen her do this a lot. Mm-hmm. They think because she's old, she can't throw a punch. Yeah. She, that's why this movie did well in China because they represent them. She's a legend, man. Ever since the '90s when she was in Super Cop and Tomorrow Never Dies. Yeah, she's a living legend, man. I would love to meet her at Comic Con. Enjoyed this a lot more than Despicable Me 4. Yeah, it's just four. The four I cracked up because I saw it in the theater and it was like last year, which I like the X-Men when they have the powers. Plus, Will Ferrell cracked me up in that. Because the first movie is my least favorite only because I hate the villain so much. Vector is not a good villain. He's lame and boring, and he's just not Gru. Look at those little eyes. Halloween actually was 2 months ago, not 4 months ago. Four had one problem. It had too many characters because you had Maxime and his girl, and then you had the Lisa Loud sounding redhead, and then you had these neighbors. Yeah, there were too many characters in that one. That was one problem with it compared to this one where the six villains are together mostly. But that one, yeah, it had too many characters. You could have cut a couple of them out. Yeah, that old lady also was in the movie. Yeah. Sometimes less is more, guys. You don't have to have 100 characters in an animated movie. This is what people hated about Shrek the Third. There were too many characters, and there were. I admit it. Hoo-yah! Bad dummy. Yeah, you can't. They can't break a piece of wood with their head. Funky Town. There's a reason why there's more movies of this than Shrek. Shrek is gonna do its fifth movie, which I don't think is necessary, because the fourth one was 15 years ago, guys. The Minions already outsold Shrek, decades over a decade ago. Because Mike Myers hasn't been the same since he did Love Guru. Poor Guru. Exactly. Guru looks like he's drunk. He's Don Rickles. Yeah, I miss him. He also passed away. Rattlesnake Singh. Otto's still on the road, man. Stoner! Yeah, I don't like stoners. Sorry. Stoner! Donuts! La Stona. Kid. See, this movie's diverse. World's biggest banana. Some of these songs were in Shrek or Shrek 2, but that was DreamWorks. This is an Illumination. These movies are fun, man. San Francisco, 75 miles. Crocs. They sure should. They're descendants of dinosaurs. The soundtrack alone is going to make people nostalgic. How do you like it? How do you like it? Old music is better than a lot of new music. So the animation is just stunning. Yet this didn't get an Oscar. Instead, it went to Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which the animation is good. It's just not for kids. The favorite villain in the world. Luca, finding your inner beast. Ah! It's getting hot. I'm gonna have to take this thing off. And my sweatshirt too. How do you like it? How do you like it? I wore it for most of the thing. Let me take this sweatshirt off because I'm dying. Ooh, I'm dying again. I'll change my shirt after this is over. Martial arts movies were big in the 70s. No. No. This one. Yeah, that's much better. I had to get out of that suit because it was getting hot. Overkill, that was the villain in the first Minions movie. A seal. He broke it. His head is like a rock. Hadouken. That is cool. There's a secret passageway in the bathroom, kind of like Harry Potter, that they use a toilet to transport for some reason. I don't know why. J, J, uh, uh, J.K. Rowling has a weird sense of humor. Hey, look, it's the villain from the first movie. Vector. Yeah, I hate Vector. He's a lame villain. He's the worst villain in the entire franchise by far because Jason Segel's not a voice actor and he's not funny. And Alan Arkin died after this. The Mona Lisa. Come qua. The movie's almost over. We're an hour and 4 minutes in. So we got the last 20 minutes of the third act. Luca, yeah, fireworks. Because it's Chinese New Year. Our New Year's is in a couple of weeks. Yeah. See, there's a black guy. They don't dwell on it. Chinese New Year, yeah. I saw an actual celebration of Chinese New Year. It's nice. It's very colorful. Not the fireworks, but The dragon ceremony and all that. Yeah. I Let's face it, Asian stuff fascinates me, guys, a lot. A dragon. Yeah. It fascinates me a lot. Visually, especially. The Asians do a lot of great stuff. Hmm. These movies just crack me up. Like all of them, even the first one. I like the girls and I like Gru's relationship with them and the minions. It's the villain that just brings it down for me. Hmm. My favorite performance from him is, from The Rocketeer, because I saw that when I was a kid. I miss him a lot, Alan Arkin. He has a big nose. Hold on. There we go. The animation still looks great, even after a couple years. He's riding a dragon, like Dragon Ball Z. Excuse me. And these movies are short. They don't overstay their welcome. They're not an hour and 40 minutes or an hour and 50 minutes like Sing. Luca. La Stona. I don't think Otto was in the other movies, though. Unless he's in the next one. Get out of here, Sister Act. Oh, that's Ramsbottom. He has hair here. He has a cameo. Yeah. Time for the third act. It's so crazy. They turn it to those Chinese zodiac animals and one dragon. This is cool. It's like the ending of Nit. Yeah, I. She's a dragon. That looks so cool. When she turned into that dragon, I'm like, wow, this is way better than the ending of Ryan the Last Dragon. Yeah, I said it because that movie had a stupid ending. You take out Sisu out of the third act and you focus on the villain and you give her a redemption story. Yeah, BS. I hated that. The snake. That was this year, the year of the snake. And trust me, she's a tiger. Yeah. Silas Ramsbottom. That dragon looks awesome. Maybe if the Mulan remake had a jive talking dragon, it would have done well in China, but it wasn't funny. It was just dull. Beautiful to look at, but so boring, man. This animation looks great on the especially the dragon. gonna pay. Hmm. Yeah, it turns him into a bunny rabbit. Yeah. He's a goat and he's chicken jockey. Yeah, again. At least there was nothing crazy here. That's awesome. Alan Arkin's character shows up. Yeah. Gonna save the kid. Yep, the Easter Bunny, a goat, and the chicken jockey. If I do that movie, don't worry. I'm not gonna throw things, Josh. Yes, it's crazy, and you were offended by the trailer. I get it, but I thought it was funny. I wasn't expecting much, but I laughed. This is when they turn into animals, and then in the next movie they turn into like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, and it still did better than Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts. I'm like, yeah, because people love the Minions. They don't care about the Fantastic Four anymore. Even with a new cast, you just can't perfect it. When Incredibles did it better, both times. Incredibles and Incredibles 2. Because Incredibles 2 made $1 billion. You don't make that on by accident. What's up, Jack? He turned Super Saiyan. If you've seen Dragon Ball Z, you know that they don't turn Super Saiyan in Dragon Balls. Dragon Ball Z, they do. That's great. Yep. Goat Boy. Yep. Nice. Yep. Chicken Jockey. Yeah, take that year, the snake. You ruined almost. You're one of the worst years in this decade. Not the worst. 2020 is still the worst, guys. Chicky, chicky, chicky. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happened in Minecraft. Kids get so spoiled with so many good movies, man. Because you have Despicable Me, you have How to Train Your Dragon, the animated one, not the remake. You have Shrek, you have all these all not Disney, I'm not gonna say Disney, all these animated films that DC does, yeah, you're spoiled. Well, some of them are for kids and some are not. Just to let you know. Lego Batman is for kids, but like the Dark Knight Returns is not. Or Harley Quinn, you know, that show that's animated. It's not for kids. That was awesome. Slow mo shot. Yep, you got the dragon right in the nose. Really good animation here, man. That dragon looks incredible. I wish I could have a toy of that. Because I love dragons. I think dragons are cool. A slow mo shot. Again, this is how you use slow mo, Zack Snyder. It's not as good as the ending of Mario, but again, that's still my favorite Illumination movie. Because they took something that I loved from my childhood and they made my dreams come true. That's another movie that kids are spoiled with, because you know, you're the rat. They turn into rats, the rats from Ratatouille. Yep, chicken jockey. These movies are so cute, man. And even when they don't have the girls or Lucy, they still manage to make me laugh, man. Just they're so imaginative. That's what Illumination does better than Disney has done in 5 years. They give the audience what they want. That's why they make money. Disney finally gives us a sequel that's actually good, and it took almost the entire year. What is wrong with you? You're supposed to have quality all throughout the year, not just at the very end. Thank you, Alan Arkin. Nothing but respect, Alan. Yeah, he shows up at the end of Despicable Me 4. Yeah, I think this one's funnier than the first Minions. That's a beautiful shot. All those cherry blossoms. Hello, John. I guess the reason why the movie was so close to making a billion worldwide is because it faced competition with Thor: Love and Thunder, which I think this is better because that movie is a cartoon and it didn't need to be. He didn't die. He faked his death. This is kind of a send off for the actors. Thank you, Alan Arkin. Steve Carell can act, man. And he has to carry this movie with the Minions. Thank you, Alan Arkin. You're in a better place right now. You didn't have to go through 2025 like I did. Yeah. Always in my heart, man. Always in my heart. Love doesn't have to have labels, guys. If you care about somebody, even if they never met you, you keep them alive in your heart, man. Always. Yes, they sing at the end of these movies, usually. They usually sing or dance. Even in a funeral, there's bananas in there. They're bearing bananas. Always in my heart, man. And that's the end of The Rise of Gru. So it's funny, man. It's a good sequel to the Minions movie. I think it's better because the villain here was were more compelling. And that was it. Yeah, that was fun, man. 79 minutes is short too. And there's a scene at the end, a post-credit stinger. I'll show it and then I'll stop. With Nefario, who he's only in like what 2 scenes. Russell Brand, you don't have any happier Verizon. Wee. Look at those little eyes. Look at that little chickie. That's so cute. Oh boy. Just stop drinking, dude. It's bad for you. Yeah, he has the flying machine from the first movie. That is cool. Yeah, and there we go. That's the end of the movie. These movies are so cute. If these came out when I was a kid, I would have loved them as a kid because my inner child still speaks to me. Every time I see a movie like this. Tomorrow won't be doing a podcast. I'm going out. So my next one will be Jumanji, the next level on Sunday. So see you guys there. Acknowledge me. Take it. Take